I say we go back to the Canucks, who are not 8 and 9. What am I talking about? They have won 8 of their 9 games under Bruce Boudreau. No regulation losses are in there. That's pretty fun. A fun game in Seattle last night for another win. So looking at this, all of a sudden, the Canucks are in a very fun position here. AKA, if you look at it, in the grand scheme of the standings, they're still second last in the Pacific, which you're kind of like, oh, okay, that's not great. They haven't, they've won all these games, and for some reason they're still not up there. But if you look at the wild card race, right now, second wild card is LA. They're at 37 points. Vancouver at 35. Now, LA have a game in hand, and Colorado's in there, and obviously they've only played 27 games. But Vancouver, all of a sudden, are in striking distance.
Yeah. No, they are. And one thing I wanted to point out about the Canucks, and I think when we looked at the Canucks, it was a lot about their offense recently and when Boudreau came. But I think you look at their defense too has improved. Like, look at the amount of goals they have allowed in the last few games. So 2 against Seattle, 2 against LA, which they lost, or technically 1 against LA because they lost in shootout. 1 against Anaheim.
Technical win. They lost.
No. I mean, they only technically allowed 1 goal in time. Yeah. They lost the game. Yeah. 2 against San Jose, 3 against Columbus, 1 against Carolina, 3 against Winnipeg, 1 against Boston.
Not bad.
0 against LA again. Like they're not necessarily allowing so many goals anymore where they can't keep up offensively.
Which is crazy when you look back on 3 weeks ago when we're like, what are they doing? What's going on with this team? How's everything going to go? And now, along with the story you've mentioned earlier in the episode, Adam, it's weird to me. It's not just the management, but it's just the light around this team. It's just like the atmosphere around this team that, for me, I want to know now is, they're 8-0-1. Does this help the JT Miller, Bo Horvat factionalism?
I mean, winning solves a lot of problems, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, hockey is subject to a lot of magic right now, or just it always kind of has been. Listen, I like watching the Canucks play. I have, for example, I've watched Vancouver probably not as much as Montreal, obviously, but they're the team I've watched second most this year for some reason. Listen, they can score. They have a great goalie, and we know Bruce Boudreau, when his time in Minnesota, knows how to put together a defensive scheme. It's just he needed goaltenders who could stop the puck. And Thatcher Demko is really good at stopping the puck. And Yaroslav Halak is pretty good at stopping the puck, especially in a backup role. So, yeah, I think that's I think it's fun. I'm happy for the Canucks.
Is the sun shining again?
Yep.
Isn't it?
Like when they look at, I was going to say a funny joke, but I don't know if it's going to land anymore.
Go ahead.
When they look at, okay, go on.
Okay, isn't it ironic that we're in this situation? They have 8 wins in 9 games, and I believe it was Francesco Aquilini who said, we just need to win 1 game, and then we need just a slew of good games, and then we'll get going.
And there you go.
There you go.
So has the light also been shining on Francesco Aquilini as well now that we're like, kind of a good guy?
I mean, he let Jim Benning do that job for how long? I think we need to calm down.
Not yet.
I don't want to spoil the segment, but I do want to have a look at how many of these wins are, overtime shootout. Mm-hmm. Like, I think we do need to, once they cool down, I think there is sort of a look to here, but just for now, they're on the up.